Jesus, we need to get through that door behind you.
Oh, you're fine. What's up, everyone? My name is D'Angelo, aka Darth Mix from The Geek Life, and I'm here with a good friend of mine and a fantastic photographer by the name of Chocozumo. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. We're here at TaiyoCon 2018, almost at 17, and it's Sunday. And how's the con been for you so far?
Busy.
Really?
That's good news for me, though.
Good, good. So I'm always fascinated with photographers because I consider them just as much as artists as you would with anyone that paints a canvas or musicians with, you know, their instruments and all that. What is your origin story? How did you get into photography?
Oh boy. All right. So many years ago, about 9 years ago, my dad started taking me to Communities Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And every single year, he would always give me a little point-and-shoot camera and say, "See that Princess Leia over there? I'm going to go take a picture of her."
Yeah.
And it was a lot of, fine, but who would turn down a cute little boy, right? I did that every single year until one year my brother actually let me borrow his big old DSLR camera.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm not dropping it, but I'll take it. And so a lot of people ended up kind of liking my photos and were asking, "Hey, do you have a card?" And I'm like, "No, I just borrowed your camera." So from there, the Black Friday after that, I actually got my own camera, and it kind of just started off from there.
Right on. And what was your first camera?
My first camera was a D7000 Nikon. Thank you, Amazon.
Nice, nice. And how long did it take you to transition from being sort of a casual photographer to more of a professional
I still don't consider myself professional, but in terms of when I started asking for money up front, that's going to be about a year in. I did a lot of free shoots just to get practice in and get my name out there.
Okay.
And then I started going.
And what would you say in that journey of like knowing not much about photography and then really doing research about it and everything? What was one of the more difficult aspects of it? Was there a certain technique that just really bothered you, or was it actually the financial aspect of knowing what to charge for everything?
I'm a college student. Financial aspect is always going to be a big thing, especially when you're working with, I don't even want to say the prices of my equipment, but probably when I started dipping into flash photography, that's when it was huge difficulty spike, because not only you're dealing with the three main settings on a camera, you're also dealing with the power of flash, how far away it is, position, etc. So that you're dealing with juggling 4, 5, 6 different settings at that point. So I gotta say that's been my biggest difficulty.
Right on. And your photography style is very unique and incredible. That stands out from a lot of other people's work. Was there any sort of inspiration that you had of a major photographer that you worked with, or is it a combination of just different techniques that you thought were really cool and then brought them together?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple local photographers here that I've always taken a liking to. I was like, wow, I hope I meet them someday. I'm looking at you, Alex, Cortex Studio. Shout out to you. But I really like to take my inspiration from Japanese photography, costume photography. They usually do really bright and colorful and vibrant and perfect skin.
Okay.
I'm not there yet, but that is my ultimate goal. And I like to kind of mix that with a lot of what I've seen here in Arizona and California and try to mix it with the soft cuteness of what they do.
Yeah.
So that's my goal and inspiration.
Right on. And over the years of doing photography, what has been one of your more favorite moments? Was there a certain shoot that went just so perfectly, or a technique that you mastered finally?
Yeah, absolutely. When I went to Anime Expo in summer of 2017, I got to meet some of my favorite cosplayers I have just looked up to for years and years. And when I asked them to go shoot, I was like, "Hey, here's some of the photos I've taken. Would you like to?" And they're like, "Yes, absolutely." And that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
In fact, when I sent them their photos and they just in love with them, that is just
good.
That is the biggest moment, and just that in follower count, but
yeah, there you go.
Just seeing my idols appreciate me, that is so big to me.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And that's incredible. So you've said that your first camera was a Nikon. Are you still loyal to the brand of Nikon, or do you now use anything or dip between? Or
my family's a Nikon family, so I get to borrow their lenses.
Oh, I see. Right on. And a few silly questions.
Okay.
So if you could bring one fictional character from any universe to this world to be your best friend for life, who would it be and why?
Hanao Koizumi from Love Live.
Oh, really? And why?
Because she's my wife. She's one of my favorite anime characters.
I see.
She just has a huge sense of optimism and feverish love for idols that I love people who are so into their hobby that they just want to be able to talk to it forever, and that's the kind of person she is.
That's incredible. If you could do a shoot with anyone in this world, whether they be a fictional character or actually not even in this world, any universe whatsoever, Whether it be a cosplayer, model, or fictional character, who would you want to do a photo shoot with?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to stick with Jessica Negri. I mean,
Okay.
pretty top tier, but you know, it's a dream someday.
Right on, right on.
But not too far away.
Yeah, exactly. Right there. And what has been? Do you have any dream shoots that you've always wanted to do, or a location that you really wanted to utilize, but you haven't been able to yet?
Yeah, I've always wanted to shoot in the snow.
Okay.
But I'm really, really weak being in Arizona most of my life.
Yeah.
So I can't walk out in 40-degree weather with like 2 layers of coats.
Oh, yeah.
But when I'm brave enough and buy enough like leggings and stuff, maybe I will try it one day.
Right on. And what is one piece of advice that you could give to an aspiring photographer who's just starting out that you wish that you received when you were just starting out yourself? Yeah.
Ask for help. There's a lot of cool people out there, and more than often not, especially in the Arizona community, like all of us photogs are always willing to give help if you send us a message. Can't vouch for anyone, but I'll be gladly be able to message you back and ask any questions. And other than that, other than the basic practice, use your resources. Look online, Google. All of my experience just comes from Google before I put it out into the field.
Yeah.
And then I put it out into the field, realize it doesn't work, go Google some more. It's the same as any other school. Like, It's the internet. You can learn anything at this point, and it's just a matter of putting it to the test.
Right on. And where can we find you online?
You can find me at Chocozumo, that's CHOCOZUMO, at Facebook, Instagram, and pretty much any other social media.
Right on. Well, thank you again for taking the time to answer a few of our questions, and we'll see you guys later. Yeah.
I like it.